Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video I'll be talking about this week's deals and discounts for Grand Theft Auto Online. We have a lot of discounted vehicles, some of which are pretty good, and we also have an interesting way of earning double money, which we're going to start off with in just a moment. As always, if you enjoy this content and the way I lay it out differently from other content creators, make sure to click that subscribe button down below, and let's get straight into it. We're going to get right into the extra money bonuses first, because I think that's what a lot of people always want to hear. First of all, we have times 3 money on Community Series. And then when it comes to the double money, it's kind of interesting. We have double money on the original heists, the Fleeca Prison Break Humane Labs Raid, and Series A Pacific Standard. So we got all the 5 different heists. And if you haven't done the Criminal Mastermind Challenge, you can make a boatload of extra money there. But obviously not too many people are going to be doing these heists because you need 4 people, so do keep that in mind. Now, if you complete any 2 heist finales, you will receive an additional $100,000 for the weekly bonus of this week. So you can get some extra money. I would recommend to try and find a group of people, and if worst comes to worst, you can just run the Fleeca job 2 times, and then you'll get that extra $100,000 bonus, but I don't know. We'll see. Let me know in the comments if you guys are planning to do the original heists. Apart from that, we have double money on pizza delivery and hasta la vista. So, nothing crazy this week in double money. I will say the original heists aren't a bad way to earn cash, especially times 2. But the problem is you need 4 people. So that is something to keep in mind. With that being said, we're going to break into the free vehicles and the 30% discounts. Let's start off with the 2 free vehicles. We have the Previon as the podium vehicle. It's an alright car. If you get it for free, there's really nothing to complain about, but yeah, nothing crazy about it. And then we have the Ubermacht Cypher as this week's prize ride. The Cypher's honestly a pretty solid vehicle. It looks great. I think we can all agree it looks very, very nice. It's obviously based off of a BMW. And yeah, I'm a big fan of the car. To get your hands on it, you're going to have to place top 5 for 2 days in a row. I mean, you probably don't even need a friend for that. This is going to be an incredibly easy vehicle to get your hands on. If you like it, it's not the fastest, and it's not the best in performance in the class, but I think it looks nice, and I'll probably be getting my hands on this vehicle because it is such an easy challenge this week. There's really no effort required. When it comes to the 30% discounts, let's start off with high-end apartments. If you make your way over to Dynasty 8, basically any property you're listing in the high-end category starting tomorrow will be 30% off. My recommendation is to purchase properties that are located in this area here. These are some of the cheapest high-end apartments in the game, ranging from around $200,000 and 30% off. That means they're going to be like 130. So I'd recommend getting these, especially because they're really good locations right next to your office building. Richards Majestic is another pretty good property. So that would be my recommendation. Don't spend more money because the more expensive ones are cheaper. Go for the better locations that are less expensive. With that being said, now we get to break into the 30% discounts, and there's a lot. We also got some removed vehicles. Starting off, we have the Karen Kuruma, the armored variant at that. This is just an absolute must-have. It's normally $525,000. If you don't own an armored Kuruma already, it's just a simple buy it, right? Even if you didn't have the discount, this is a vehicle you want to buy. The reason why is even though these bullets look like they're going through the glass, it's actually completely bulletproof, which means that it is one of the best mission vehicles in the game. This is an absolute must-have. Get your hands on the Kuruma. If you have one, buy 2 more. It's just such a good vehicle. Then we arrive to one that probably you don't need to get your hands on. This is the Zaba. Now, the Zaba is interesting. It has semi-bulletproof glass, and these big old tires here are actually flotation devices. This thing can go in the water and float because it's kind of an interesting vehicle in that regard. So it's not like a bad vehicle. It can also survive like 13 homing missiles. So it's a beefy vehicle. The problem is it's incredibly slow. Like, oh my god, is this thing slow? Let me show you how incredibly slow this thing is. And not only that, it's fairly expensive. So even with the 30% discount, I don't know. Yeah, this is the top speed here. It's basically a half track, but with less durability and less also bullet protection. I don't know. It's cool, but I can't really recommend to buy it. I wouldn't really recommend to buy it. So that's what I'll say about the Zaba. We have the Insurgent Pickup, which is the Pegasus variant, which then you put into an MOC. So this is also on sale, which is really good. The Insurgent Pickup and Pickup Custom are some of the most dangerous vehicles in the game. They have proximity mines, which you can drop and blow vehicles up with. It has a minigun on the top, which you can upgrade, and it just is a fantastic off-road vehicle in general. Very, very good vehicle. If you don't own an Insurgent Pickup, I would buy it. The way it works is once you purchase this vehicle on Warstock, you have to bring it into an MOC or an Avenger, and then you can convert it for, I think, 750,000. Somebody can let me know the exact conversion price, but basically you can convert it into a personal vehicle, and then you can upgrade it. That's how it works. So basically, if you buy one of these on Pegasus, you can just have an infinite amount of these in your garage, which is kind of wild, and it's a really, really good vehicle. So this is an absolute must-get this week, especially for 30% off. We have the, what is this, the Winky? Yeah, the Vapid Winky. It looks cool. It's based off like an old Willys Jeep, but I wouldn't recommend to buy it. We have the Dubachi Wagner. This is a really, really good purchase. It's normally 1.5 million, so for 30% off, it means you can get it for 1 million this week. The Wagner is one of the best performing budget supercars in the game, and the fact that it's even cheaper this week, I would highly recommend to consider picking up the Wagner, especially if you're a beginner and you don't have a lot of money to mess around with. We have the Squatty, which is just kind of like the Winky. I wouldn't really recommend to get it. Now, one cool fact about the Squatty is that the intake actually works on this vehicle. That is how much water it can go into, or actually no, that's how much water it can go into before the vehicle starts to drown, which is kind of cool. So the snorkel works, but apart from that, wouldn't really recommend to get it. Still pretty useless vehicle. All right, after the Squatty, we have the Dinka Conjo SJ. It's all right. There's nothing too crazy in this vehicle's performance. It's been on sale before, and I wouldn't really recommend to buy it unless you like the design of the vehicle. This is more of a, a collector's car rather than a, it's anything special. We have the Pfister Neon, which I do like the look of. I'm a very big fan of the Porsche Taycan in real life. I think it's an incredibly sleek and sexy sports car. But once again, nothing crazy in the performance category. It's not too expensive, so if you like the design of it and you want to get your hands on the vehicle, I'd get it, but again, you're not going to be beating any records when it comes to that car. We have the Dinka RT3000, which again, it's all right. There's nothing too crazy about this vehicle. It's not very fast, but it looks nice and sounds good. So there's that, right? But we do have a pretty good discount here. This one being the Greenwood. The Greenwood is the only Amani Tech vehicle this week that's on discount, and it's definitely one I'd recommend to get. It's already one of the cheapest Amani Tech vehicles in the game. It's at like 1.2 or 1.3 million. So with the discount, it's going to be under $1 million. And when you pair that with the fact it's decently fast and it's a four-seater, it's not a bad buy at all. If you're a beginner and you're looking for a really cheap Amani Tech vehicle, this is definitely one I'd recommend to go for. I mean, it doesn't have bulletproof glass or anything, but in general, you're still never going to die against homing missiles, which is the whole reason I'd get my hands on an Amani Tech car. We have the Karen Boar, which I can't ever really recommend to get. It looks cool. It's kind of like a, I don't know, it's like a 1970s almost, pickup truck for Toyota, but it's I don't know, it's almost like an El Camino. Somebody can let me know what it's based off of, but I really wouldn't recommend to get it. It's not very fast. It's not very good at off-roading. It's a cool looking vehicle, but yeah, I think it's a waste of money. Then we arrive to the Visser Neo. This is actually a really, really good purchase. The Neo is fast. It's got a lot of customization going for it. In general, I really like the Neo. This is a great purchase, especially at 30% off. We have the Half-Track, which is another really, really good purchase this week. A lot of people don't know this, but the Half-Track actually has bulletproof glass frontally. Even though, I know, it looks like the glass just got shot through, if you actually take a look at where the bullets are breaking, you'll notice the bullets are like blowing up right on the front glass there. So for some reason, the front glass this vehicle has is bulletproof. However, as you can see, the side glass is not bulletproof. The Half-Track is just like the Insurgent Pickup Custom. It can survive 27 homing missiles. It can drop proximity mines off the rear, and it has one of the best quad, like, I don't know what you call them, anti-air guns on the back. Very, very fun vehicle. I like the Half-Track a lot. And then that brings us to the removed vehicles, which are back this week. We have the Tulip, which I wouldn't really recommend to buy. We have the Voltic, which I wouldn't really recommend to buy. We have the Rat Bike, which I wouldn't really recommend to buy. We have the Michelli GT, which actually is pretty nice. It's a fun little sports classic, so not a terrible pickup. We have the Coil Raiden, and I don't think people want to get their hands on Teslas with the current economy, so I wouldn't recommend to get that. We have the Peyote Gasser, which is cool, but not the best. We have the Progen GP1, which I do recommend to buy. It's a nice supercar. It's a fun one to drive around, and even though it's nothing crazy in performance, it's still pretty cool. And then we have the Wolfsbane, which is also pretty mediocre. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. As always, if you enjoy this type of content and you want to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, and hopefully you learned a thing or two about the weekly updates. Other than that, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.